Why would a comic book presser make a good dry cleaner? Because they're experts at creases. Ha! Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the comic book world. This is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And as you could see, or could see at one point here, we got a key issue alert. This was a book that got stolen of mine years ago, and people asked, why do your comics keep getting stolen? They don't keep getting stolen. It was one time when my house got robbed a couple of, actually over 2 decades ago at this point, and they stole a bunch of my comics. But my major comics I basically put away, not in my house. I have a storage unit that I keep things in. Obviously, the lower graded stuff I put in the comic book boxes, because if they want to steal those, hey, if they want my Valiants and old 90s Images comics, they're more than welcome to have them. So we got a key issue comic here. I just recently got one of these copies just at the end of last year. So it's taken me several decades to get this comic back. Now I have a second one. So I'm just blown away by this. And this was a best offer deal that they accepted, which I always love. So always make deals, because you never know what somebody may or may not agree to. And if they don't agree, hey, you took the chance. But before I unveil this Silver Age key issue comic, I want to make sure I tell everybody that I do at the end of every video a surprise subscriber shout out. So if you are a subscriber and you would like to be surprised, all you have to do is comment often, be a subscriber, because that helps for a subscriber shout out, and you may get one at one time. If I missed you, please make sure you let me know in the comments section and request it, because I do not mind anybody asking. And if it makes you happy, that makes me happy. And then we're all happy. So without yabba dabba at you, let's show my now second comic of this key issue. And that is none other than Avengers number 4, which is the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. Now, this one is a lot lower grade than the other one. The Avengers looks a little bit better because the other one I have has like fading at the top. But you can see there's chipping. There's some issues along the spine. You could see here there's some damage in the corner. There's a bunch of little, color breaking creases, and the white has been kind of yellowed. So this is probably between a 1.8 and a 2.0. So it's a low grade. But even for that, a 2.0 sells for over $300. And this is one of those books that's going to continue to keep rising over the years, in my humble opinion. Let me know if your opinion's different. But after we went back and forth, I actually got them to agree to a total of $253.35 for this book. I've seen 0.5 sell for $250 to $300. So even in low grade, these books sell pretty decently. Now, I am going to check this one, because this one seems a little light. So I'm going to check and make sure there's all the pages there. And that's why I'm not afraid to take the chance, because if this book ends up being incomplete, well, then I'll just return it and get my money back. If it ends up it's complete, then I got a pretty decent deal. So that's why I'm never afraid to take a chance on eBay, because of their buyer protection program, which only works if you verify the book. So make sure you do that with every book. Don't assume. And get used to comics, because, like I said, this one seems a little lighter than normal. It could be just because there's, only one bag and board, but it could be that this page is missing. Only way to find out is to check. So if there is anything different about it, I will make an update video. So if you don't see one, that means it went over fine. So let me know what you think. Of course, if you want to give it a thumbs up, I always thumb up your thumbs up. So thank you for that. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments. And don't forget, it's not you, it's not I. It's We Love Comics. Thanks for watching. I will see you next video. And you can definitely tell who's Captain America's insurance agent is, because of his shield. Alright, so I do have an update on this book, and This is why it pays to know as much as you can about comics, because as you saw in the beginning of this video, when I lifted it up, it felt lighter than normal. And that's because I have dealt with so many comics, you get a general feel for the weight of a comic. Well, I checked the book, and you can see here, there's page 9, there's page 10, and then the next one is page 17. So it's missing a bunch of pages. So this is an incomplete book. This was not stated in the auction. And also, as I'm going through, another thing that was not, and this is why I tell people, don't base a grade on a book just on the cover, because here's something else you might find. Look at this. Looks like somebody decided they were hungry, or decided to take a shotgun and shoot this comic. So this was definitely not as advertised. I mean, yes, they said it was a lower grade, but you have to specify that it's incomplete, because not only is it a low grade, but now if I would have gotten this graded, it would have come back as a green label, incomplete. So, like I said earlier, I don't worry about these things, because I will get my money back, so it was worth taking the chance on. But this is why it's very important for people to make sure you look at your books and know what you're doing. Because as you saw in this video, just by lifting up the comic, I could tell from the weight of it that there were pages missing. And I ended up being right. So the more you know about comics, the more you handle them, the more understanding you have, the less likely somebody will either purposely or accidentally get over on you. So I'm not going to assume that this person did it intentionally. They may or may not have. I'll never know. But if I wouldn't have checked, then I wouldn't have known, and then I have no recourse. So I'll get my money back, they'll get their comic back, and hopefully this seller, whoever he or she is, will not do the wrong thing by not listing that. Because they may use the excuse once they didn't know, but it's still their responsibility to know what they're selling. But if they do it again, now you know they're being dishonest. So I'm going to get my money back, and hopefully it's a learning lesson to other people, so it's worth taking the chance on. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw this in the video. So if you saw this part and you watched the whole thing, say in the comment section, I watched until the end. Don't mention what it was you saw, because I want to see who watches entire videos and who just shuts off at a certain point. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video, and zoom!